Thank you for visiting Think IT Project Management. I want to talk about the subject of building effective project teams. I believe that there are three key steps that you can take as a project manager that puts your team in a better position to be successful over the life of the project. The first step is understanding and communicating roles and responsibilities. It's important that your project team and project team members understand the role and the responsibility they have over the life of the project. And equally important that they not only understand that role, but they accept it as well, so that everyone can be on the same page as you begin your project. I make sure that roles and responsibility are communicated during the project kickoff meeting. Just at the beginning of the project, when we're about to get started, to make sure that everyone is on the same page, everyone understand what their roles and responsibilities are, what's expected of them, and also it's an opportunity to provide any clarification with respect to roles and responsibility. Because if there's any ambiguity with a teammate regarding what their role, what their responsibilities are, what are they accountable for, that's only going to add unneeded risk through the project that can threaten the critical path, that can threaten a critical milestone, a critical deliverable. So you want to address any of these concerns up front when you're starting off the project to make sure that everyone is in agreement with respect to what is expected of them as you begin your project endeavors. The second item is to listen to your project team. As project managers, no matter how long you've been in the profession, what experience you have, we have to rely on subject matter experts along the way to help us to deliver the project deliverables, the scope, ultimately the project, right, to the satisfaction of the project stakeholder and the project sponsors. So it's important to develop those listening skills, to know when to be a leader in the sense that you provide the direction, and also know when to listen to the advice of your subject matter experts, to their recommendations, and take their input as well. And this is valuable for a number of reasons. Not only for the obvious that they're going to be able to provide some input that's valuable because they are the subject matter expert, but also everyone appreciates being listened to. Folks appreciate when their opinion is appreciated and taken into consideration. And when you do that, you empower the individual to be forthcoming with their ideas, with their opinions, with being proactive, with providing solutions that maybe you didn't consider during the earlier part, perhaps, of your planning phase. So you want to be able to validate those individuals and encourage and create a climate where people feel that they can speak their opinion, be constructive about it, because someone is going to listen. And also this helps to develop a good relationship with your project team members. When they feel that you're a good listener, that they can go to you, when they can share their thoughts with you, where they can feel open to express themselves. When it's done constructively, and the key word is constructively, it only benefits the project. It only benefits the project manager, the project team, the project sponsor, and the project stakeholders as well. So you build that relationship and that rapport with your teammates when you learn to be a good listener. Doesn't mean that you have to feel obligated to do what everyone else is telling you to do, right? You're still the project manager, right? And you're still there to lead and make sure that everyone goes in the direction that they need to go in for the project's sake, right? For the success of the project. But you want to be able to be a good listener because it's only going to help you in the long run. Not only you, but obviously the project as well. And third, you want to be able to provide constructive feedback to your project team. Again, this is important in building your relationship with your project team members, building trust over time, building that positive rapport that will pay you back in spades, not only in the project that you're working in now, but perhaps if you're still working with the same team members on a different project, right, you're building that relationship. And also, you're helping your project team members get better when you provide constructive feedback. Not just criticism that tears down, but constructive feedback that builds up. And you can do that through the life cycle of the project, through your lessons learned, through your one-on-one with your project team members. Right? You want to highlight the positives and enforce the positives as well. And you also want to be able to provide correction, constructive feedback for their further development as well, because that's only going to make that project team member stronger over the long term, right? And in many cases, for many companies, you may be working with a project team member on various different projects from time to time. So that will certainly pay off in the long run. And you don't look to embarrass folks when you're providing constructive feedback. Sometimes it can be, you can provide feedback publicly in a positive way that reinforces everyone in a project team meeting, as an example. But sometimes you may want to talk to a project team member privately, right, to avoid any embarrassment, right? If the correction is, you know, significant, right? Because you want to build them up, you want to build their self-esteem, their confidence, let them know that you're on their side, that you have their best interest in mind, and that'll go a long way in building a relationship with your project team members. Because let's face it, as a project manager, we are successful if the team is successful. So you want to build your team in a positive fashion. Not embarrass them, not tear them down, not show them up, but treat others respectfully. Very important, because you want to be a project manager that you are respected, that folks follow your lead, but also the folks that will they will recognize that you're fair and that you're honest and that you're helpful, that you're a positive influence. Because many times you may find yourself with project team members that will want to be on your project team, right? Because you know, if everybody's on the same page, they'll realize where, you know, what your intent is, which is to build them up and to make sure that the project is in the best position to be successful. That you have no other motive other than the success of the project and the success of the project team. Okay, it's very important, because folks will work harder for you if they trust you and they believe that you have their best interest in mind, for the most part, right? And that's, you want to create that type of project management climate, because it's a positive environment to work in, where good people are going to strive to do more than the minimum, right? Because it is a positive environment. So those are just some 3 steps regarding building an effective team. I hope that this presentation has been helpful for you. So I encourage any comments that you may have or emails that you may want to reach out to me for any follow-up. And that's it for today with respect to building an effective project management team. Thank you.